What is up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems again, and welcome back to MX Bikes, where today we're going to be playing the Farm MX by TBell, which is a track I've already spun quite a few laps on in this game. I was playing it on a live stream the other night, just kind of hanging out, talking with some people, and did a bunch of laps on this 125, so figured I would also play it for a video and talk about this track, because it's actually got a pretty cool backstory to it. We'll get into that in just a second. Before I do, wanted to give another shout out to Jay Mertz with the factory bike pack that he has, and I'm riding the KX 144 Splitfire that he has right here. This bike is so much fun to ride. Had a ton of fun ripping it on Washougal with some buddies, and now playing it on this farm track. Just been really enjoying the heck out of this pack, so shout out to him. I'll include a link of that in the description below if you guys want to check it out. But yes, this is the Farm MX. T-Bell created it. I think I've done a couple T-Bell tracks before to show off, but this track has a pretty interesting backstory. So it's in Florida, and most of these Florida tracks are obviously like private facilities, Sandbox, 83 compound, which is now the Lawrence Brothers facility. I think they're calling it the Dog Pound now. That was obviously Chad Reed's place. There's Blake Baggett's place. There's obviously Alden Baker's facility. So many areas, so many places in Florida, but this one is a private facility that is owned by, I don't really mean this in like a disrespectful way, but just kind of some dude, like not really a motocross guy. It was a real estate agent that bought it, and he bought the land with the purpose of building a motocross track on it because he just loved the sport and wanted to kind of get back into riding and wasn't fond of some of the tracks in his local area. So he decided, whatever, like, I'm a real estate agent, I'll just buy land and build one myself. So that's what he did. And this area is now used as like a private facility. So there's like top guys that will go to this track and like rent it out either for the day or for a little bit, just for the ability to ride on a private track and not get stuck going to a public motocross track or something like that, or even just to change it up a little bit and do something different than riding at the compound that they're maybe familiar with the most. So like I said, pretty interesting backstory, right? Like a guy that isn't, like I said, an industry guy. Most of those compounds in Florida, you expect it to be some industry guy. Like when Chad Reed's compound was sold to Mark Lane or Mark McKenzie, his son, Ethan Lane, is a motocross racer and like trained and races motocross and is now a professional motocross racer. So at the time he bought it for like, well, let me help my son train and get better at it. And things like that. Or you have the classic, like Blake Baggett just bought land and then built a facility down there. Or that's what Chad Reed back in the day. Grant Langston did it back in the day. It became Ryan Villapoto's house. Now it's the Sandbox, and it's where Roxon and Sexton and all those guys train at. So, like I said, just kind of out of the blue, this guy decided I wanted to build a track, and here we go. We have another track like this in Florida, which in my opinion is really cool because it gives more opportunities to riders to try something out, be able to go to different locations, train, and do some stuff. As for this track in-game by T-Bell, like I said, it is a ton of fun. Really, really good track for throwing whips on. This 144 as I'm riding is like just enough to kind of clear all the jumps if you're really hitting the corners really well. So it's kind of a fun bike to do it on this track because you don't really feel like you have to think too much about, you know, how much speed you're carrying or whatever. Like it just is enough to hit everything just right. So maybe like this jump right here, it's a little shorter table, so you have to check up just a little bit. But yeah, I think overall the build of it looks pretty spot on from what I can see from videos and overhead of this track and stuff like that. Laid out pretty well. Overall, really good flow to it as well. Like it kind of combines together really, really nicely and feels like you're not really stressing to, you know, get down to an inside line for a corner or anything like that. Or even if you do get to an inside line, it doesn't feel like you don't have enough oomph to get out of it and clear the next thing out of the corner. So I like that for sure. It definitely has a nice little kind of, like I said, flow to it. It just works really well the way everything ties together. And man, did I have a lot of fun playing this track for the stream. I think I put like an hour and a half on it because we just ended up talking about some random stuff, and then before you know, you put a lot of time in on this one track. Now this triple out of this corner is a bit of a doozy on this 144. I need to hit that corner a little bit better to get that rut dug in a little bit more. But what you can tell about this track and the way that this guy built it is that like it has big jumps. It has some pretty, you know, what I would call like gnarly big features for an amateur track. But none of the jumps are like completely do or die. Pretty much all of them are tables or some shape or form like that. I think there's maybe two like kind of big-ish doubles on the track. And I don't know if that is the case for the track that this guy has or not. But yeah, regardless of which, like, that's what gives it the amateur vibe a little bit to me, is that it doesn't have those crazy jumps that you feel like you're going to break your back just trying it for the first time, especially since it is a like private facility that, as they put it, people of all age ranges and skill sets can train on. You don't want to have something that might be easily done by like the Lawrence brothers, but also is impossible for everybody else. So really good mix of that as well. I like the way that it has big jumps but not overbearing, and kind of good sections that flow together, so it's high speed but not really fast. And yeah, I like this track a lot. It's, for me, I always talk about it in these videos when I'm highlighting a track or something in MX Bikes. I don't play this game enough or regularly enough to feel like I'm anything really special. I'm honestly pretty slow at this game compared to a lot of people. So when I get on, what I want is something that's like a good middle ground. It's challenging. It's not just like easy to do every single thing, but I also don't feel like I have to know really intricate details of the game to be fast at it. And this is definitely one of those tracks for me. I would say if this is more of one of those kind of casual games that you play and you get on every once in a while to play it with some buddies, this is a really good track for you, I would say. It works well for kind of, as the website puts, for the real track. It works well for all skill levels, and that I think is a credit to TBell for the way that he built this track, so that yeah, he could have made these jumps like super peaky for like the pro aspect side of it, and then all the pros in this game would probably love it because it pitches you to the moon and it's fun to scrub and try to whip and all that stuff like that. But for a more noobish rider like me in this game, it's fun to not have to worry too much about that and be able to check up and still get the jumps and still be able to flow through the track and not crash every second. And he also, I think, did a pretty good job of not making it too rough. Some people tend to take tracks like these and think that you have to have a lot of rough and ruts and stuff like that all around the track, but I think overall it works better as is, being a little bit kind of faster without all that chop and deep ruts. And you can kind of wear the ruts and stuff in, like you're already seeing some of the ruts develop around this racetrack. But it makes it so that, again, going back to someone like me, or even someone who doesn't have as much time in this game as me, if you're picking it up for the first time, it's easy, it's quick, it's not too much of a thought to kind of learn the track and the way it flows and all that. And there's option lines too, like he has some braking bumps down the inside right there. You could swing outside, hit this outside line, still get enough speed built up so you can nail this double right here. Really fun to downside that thing. And then I can't do it from the inside. I'm sure someone on this bike could, but if you land in this corner and go to this inside rut right here, well, let's see if I can. I got a pretty good run. Oh, we're going to come up a little bit short and go over the bars, but like even that's a really kind of fun challenge for someone that you play this track enough, you like that outside line, you think, you know what, I think I got the speed now. I think I got this track and the traction on it down enough that I can tuck to this inside and give it a go to try to clear that jump. And right there I failed, but who knows, maybe next lap I will get it. So it's little things like that are always fun about these types of tracks too. Go inside right here and see if I can still pop this little double out of this corner because it's a bit of a huck. Oh, we're going to short it, yeah. So I go outside just to get a little bit more flow through here, because then you have to roll those two doubles if you don't get that first one. This guy out to flat, so I'm going to check up and not jump this guy. But a really nice track, and felt like worthy of a bit of a track showcase here today by TBell. If you guys have any more tracks that you would like for me to check out, whether it's your track or somebody else's track, be sure to link stuff in the comment section below of tracks that you think are deserving of a little bit more recognition. Like I said, I unfortunately don't really play this game enough as much as other YouTube creators, I guess, to really show off like the cool aspects sometimes. But still, with the following we have, it's nice to give some creators a little bit more love when they deserve it. And like I said, I thought this one was deserving. All right, I want to get this line out here. So go outside. Front tire just going over the berm right there. Try one more lap of that next time by. See if we can't put together a semi-decent hot lap. Oh, a little bit long right there. One note, always try to land standing up if you're going long. That is opposite of MX Sim, which you have to land nose first sitting down to save some stuff. But this game is bouncy enough that if you're sitting down, you will just bounce. And it's not very fun to do that. Skip through those rollers a little bit. There's a fun corner because on this 125, you can just not let off, lay into it, carry a bunch of speed and momentum. Double a little bit through here. pretty sure if you get the angle of this right, you can also triple out to that roller right there. But haven't quite got the talent up to snuff to be able to do that. Right, into second gear into this corner. Out of it third, jump out to flat. That double, little brake tap-a-roonies. Feeling comfortable. This one you check up and scrub so you can downside that little single right there. I think you could maybe jump all the way to that last single. I'm not going to have the speed to get over this, am I? Oh, no, we got it. A little bit of a short little knuckle case right there. Ah, front end. Oh, didn't know it saved it. Front end just kind of reappeared. I thought I was down. All right, I do want to try to get that triple jump in the back that I almost got last time by. I think I could get it this time. Rev out the 125. Feel the pipes screaming a little bit. All right, outside here. Pop this table this time. There we go. Got over that clean, and this jump is a really fun little whipper tail jump right there. Play into that rut. Another little scrubber jump right there. Backside of that single. I like this inside line a little bit better than going all the way to the outside because it sets you up for pretty much just enough speed to get over this guy. And here we go. Let's set up, crossover, double to the outside, and let's see if we can lay this corner pretty good. Ah! Can't get the traction to lay down. All right, one more time. I got it a couple times on the stream. Let's see one more time if we can get it done. Oh, it's a huck. Oh, man. Definitely not the easiest jump to get over, so check up and double it each time. Well, that's okay. Still doubleable. But this is the Farm MX by TBell in MX Bikes. Like I said, if you guys are interested in it, try it by downloading it in the link below. Trying to show off all these free tracks, really. I like the paid mods in the game for sure, and kudos to the track makers that make those tracks, but really keeping the track showcases to the ones that are the free ones for the public consumption, so anybody can pick up and play this track, and that's why we're talking about it today. Let's go for this triple. Nope, a little bit too hard to flat. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, appreciate you stopping by, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. So long for now.